welcome back to Fight.
Yeah.
And last episode we were talking about how cool I'm not. So we got this, got the junkyard here, and I think that actually might be the only thing we can do, so we're going to do this.
Yeah. Well, cool, do it.
Yeah, it's called a pretty cool robot. I
Dr.
spoiled what
Cow's
it was.
robot.
I was going to say boss. But
It says robot on the thing. So.
this boss is kind of hard, I'm not going to lie. But, I don't know.
Wow. It's Dr. Cow.
It's Bender, dude. Alrighty.
Does not look like Bender at all.
Yeah, it does.
It's got a hole in the front and it's got the extendo arms.
Oh, I think it was that baby.
I think the head just looks a bit off. And the big hole in the
This
front of
laser
it.
beam to go away, please.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. The way this boss works is... It's basically, it's hard.
Yeah. It's all sorts
Every
of-
time you destroy a piece of his self, he's got his chest, he's got his stomach, he's got his head,
Yeah.
and each one of them has a weapon. When you destroy one of those weapons, he replaces it with a new weapon, right? But once you destroy all three, then he'll reveal his heart, and you gotta destroy that. And I feel like a lot of people don't actually realize that's what the case is. It's not just about him destroying all the things. He gets new weapons depending on what parts you've destroyed. Oh, okay, I just missed that. I'm not taking that. Anyway, stop. Enough talking about fucking Cuphead, am I right? What who cares about that game?
Carpet.
Cupboard? Cupboard? Who gives a cupboard? Oh god. It's so bullshit, man. I can't do it. Can't do anything. This is hard. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, third best.
Yeah.
I like being third best. I don't know. I feel like it humblizes me. I don't want to be number one.
No.
I think what's the point?
PewDiePie's not number one anymore. It's not the big news.
No, I'm pretty sure. It is.
T thing.
I don't know who
T
you're talking
Club.
about.
Some Indian channel with like
What?
Bollywood stuff.
Oh,
T Wars.
I don't know who you're talking about.
T-House.
I've never heard of it.
T Boys. T Train. Something like that. Teach something.
Teach me your ways.
Yeah, Stephanie will put up on the screen. T something.
Well,
Uh,
okay, you're gonna have to send it to her.
yeah. I'll look it up for her.
Mm.
But yeah, apparently PewDiePie is no longer the #1 subscribed YouTuber.
I was not aware. I thought he still was.
But it's not that.
Fuck.
I think when I first subscribed to him.
No, what? I back.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I did it because I was like, okay, let's see what the #1's up to.
Right.
But now I'm all, well, like this other channel is winning because its country is massively populated, and I'm not gonna understand it. It's like it's not the #1 English YouTube channel. So English speaking YouTube channel. So it's not. I'm not gonna subscribe to it if it's because it's #1. And that, I think that sort of idea of they're going to be #1 is isn't a necessary reason to subscribe to them. It
No.
it delegitimizes them.
I subscribe to people that I like.
Yeah.
And I am subscribed to PewDiePie, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I like his current work way better than his old work.
I don't like the gaming stuff that he does.
Yeah, he's not
He
about
doesn't
gaming
do that
stuff.
much
He
anymore.
does. The only reason he does gaming stuff is because people want him to.
Mm.
He didn't want to play Detroit, but everyone was like, "Please play Detroit, PewDiePie." And he was like, "Alright, fine."
Is that a
What?
Detroit Become Human?
Yeah.
That was like, it's. I wonder if is the new Spider-Man game being played because it's new, or is it being played because it's good? Usually it's because it's the new game and it's a
Bit of both,
highly
maybe?
anticipated title. Let's tap into those views.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I haven't played it. I'm not going to judge.
Mm.
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
I felt like I was tapping into. I don't like tapping into things that are popular and current. And if
No.
still like that.
Why do I keep getting hit by everything?
I think it was the thing that you said actually was there was like a meme or something that you saw on some website and that and you mentioned this in a video, one of our videos, where you said that you saw this thing on some forum website. There was a meme and you thought it was hilarious. And then it started being posted everywhere on Facebook and you're like, this is bullshit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, That's just me in general. I don't know. I don't like it when shit gets overused.
I was like, what was the Knuckles one?
Ugandan Knuckles?
Ugandan Knuckles.
Yeah, that was never funny. I don't know. Well, okay. Nah, I'll give it the benefit. It was kind of funny at first, but it died pretty quickly. This year has been the worst memes. I'll tell you fucking what.
Why is that an important thing?
It's not an important thing. It's just an observational fact.
Yeah. It's an opinion, really.
No, it's not. It's a fact. And most of them have just been like repeats of earlier memes.
Yeah.
It's awful. Awful.
It's like meme retro.
Yeah. Sorry if I keep making weird sounds. I'm just freaking out.
Just playing the game.
Mm.
Don't mind me. Well, like someone said
That didn't kill him.
we got a comment on one of the Cuphead videos where someone said that this isn't a video, this is a podcast episode.
Yeah, it was TFG.
Yeah. That was TFG. Oh. Cute.
I don't know, man. Oh my god!
I got confused between the person who's a mod on your Discord, Minty.
Yes.
Minty Legendary Pyre or whatever.
Minty coffee. Not minty coffee. Not minty coffee. It's just minty.
Yeah, I know. I
Minty
got
coffee
confused
is who
between
you
the two.
Yeah, I know. Minty, the person on my Discord is not Minty Coffee, and isn't even a pirate main. She is a scout main.
Who's that?
I am in contact with Minty Coffee though.
Mm.
I talk to him on his Discord and stuff.
Yeah. Who's the we got another mod. Who's an artist?
Risemonger.
Risemonger.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool that you got her to be it.
Why?
Because I feel like she was a popular YouTuber and artist and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty impressive that you got her to be a mod.
Fucking.
Because it shows your position in the community, like a growing.
I guess.
thing.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah.
She was also a mod on Mr. Paladin's Discord,
Mhm.
and she was a fan of mine, and I like her work too. And I was like, hey, do you want to mod main? And she was like, yes, sure, absolutely. I think she was actually quite honoured. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I say honoured. I mean, that's what she said. I don't like being considered to be in such high regard that someone could be honoured to work with me. I don't know.
Would you change anything if you became number one and then you were, no, I want to be number 3?
Yeah.
Be like, alright,
I was
nudes.
actually thinking like if.
Drop the nude bomb.
No, I wouldn't.
Drag this
I mean,
channel
I feel
down a
like
bit.
that's the thing. Is like I feel like if I was number one, my name would be fucking everywhere, right?
Yeah.
People would want to know who I am and what do I look like and what do I do and all this, you know. But I don't want any of that. I like being anonymous.
See, I like that sort of thing. I think it's interesting that you've had more success than me, and but you don't want the sort of stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be not successful.
No.
I just don't want to be number one.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like at the top.
You want to be competitive. You want to be in the air.
No, I don't want to be
battling
competitive. We already discussed this.
Yeah.
I want to just be. I just want to be respected, as
Yeah.
you said.
Admired. You want to be
I don't want to be admired. I want to be respected.
your secret
There's a
admirer. Respected. Yeah. A respected member of the community.
I feel like I want my name to be out there more. I just don't want to be too. I don't want it to be at the top. I don't want it to have too much attention. You
Yeah.
know? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense.
Like PewDiePie, he gets bad attention.
Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
Almost all the time.
Well, the thing about PewDiePie is, he's unintentionally the face of YouTube because he's so popular, because he's number one. You know, it doesn't matter what he says, does, or anything like that, or what he really thinks. What his actions dictate the rest of YouTube. You know, they echo through, regardless of any of us want it to.
It's had catastrophic effects for other
Fucking
people
PewDiePie
as well.
says something racist, then it's YouTube that says something racist. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I would never want to be in that position.
No.
Plus, there are a lot of things that he deals with, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, because I know people would be like, well, I would love to be in that position. It's like, I'm just saying that, like, being number one is not all it's cracked up to be. It's not all fucking glory
But
and happiness.
People would take things out of context if I said them, just like PewDiePie does. Anyone can have something taken out of context.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying with PewDiePie, it's so much more, you know, impactful.
Yeah, but people would not be able to. People who think that being in PewDiePie's position, they would be able to do something different.
Yeah.
And like everybody's probably said something out of context and thought, gee, that sounds pretty bad the way I put it there.
Yeah.
And then that
I'm
could
just saying, when it comes
easily
to
be,
PewDiePie,
if you were in a higher position, it could have had way worse effects.
exactly. And that's the thing with PewDiePie is he says something or does something wrong, the whole world will fucking know about it. You know.
Also,
And
like
that's
he does,
way
it's
too
not
much
like
pressure.
he does anything wrong. He just says something and people take it out of context.
Yeah.
And that was the big disaster.
Yeah. And that's the thing as well, is that like being number one and being like just the most I pressed the wrong button. It's just I couldn't handle it, man. I just couldn't, straight up. Like there's things that he told me, like he had this video, it's really interesting actually, where he said, "Don't come to my house." Right? Because he's so fucking popular, people seek him out. They find his house and come to it, and they presume that they like, oh, you know, he'll allow me in or something like that. It's a really demented way of thinking.
Yeah.
Of just like, oh, we're just guests, you know, why don't you let us in your house? There are a lot of people that will honestly defend. Like he says, please don't come to my house, and everyone's like, no. It's like, no, I can come to your house if I want to. It's really fucked, man. But I wouldn't want that, you know. I couldn't. If I was number one YouTuber, I would not be able to keep my, like I said, anonymity.
Yeah.
People would try and find me. I'd become number one on a lot of people's lists, you know. I'm not saying that PewDiePie's on a hit list or anything, but I mean, he may well be. I don't know.
Well, there are YouTubers who have been targets for murder.
Yeah, some of them have been murdered.
Yeah.
And it's because of how popular. The thing is, with the more fans you get,
there's going to be someone who's jealous.
Well, yeah, the
Like,
more likelihood that you're going to have a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that any of my fans are crazy or anything like that, but I mean, actually, there have already been a handful of occasions where, like, fans have gone too far and some very, like, serious moments have gone down. And, like, I don't, they're not things I care to talk about. Imagine that times literal millions, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, I could never deal with that kind of
Well, that's why they consider kind of shutting down communication a little bit and getting rid of the comments and stuff like that. And
I'd never get rid of the comments.
well, PewDiePie for a short amount of time did disable the comments, and then I think there were quite a few YouTubers who followed suit and disabled comments.
Yeah. I know Total Biscuit disabled all of his comments.
But he's not around anymore.
No, he's not. But
He was a cool dude though.
He was an awesome dude.
I think people who
I like comments because I like constructive criticism. I like to hear people, you know, what they think about my video. I don't want to. Oh god, I fucked up. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that just doesn't read the comments and therefore doesn't learn anything, doesn't know if they're doing anything wrong. And yes, I'm thinking of specific examples that will remain nameless of certain YouTubers that frustrate me to no end because they refuse to read the comments, and as a result, their videos suffer because they just don't know if they're doing anything wrong. I want to know that shit. If someone's like, hey, you kind of fucked up here, I want to know. I really do. I love this guy's like animation, by the way.
It's like the Game Theorists, where they did a video on GT Live.
Yeah.
At least I think it was on GT Live, where MatPat responded to criticism.
Yeah, I've
in
seen
videos,
that,
but it wasn't any good because he didn't find any actual good critical videos to respond to. And I'm thinking, it's not a very strong response there. If you want to respond, you want to slam a hammer down. You want to say, I see everything. I see what you're doing.
I would never want to respond in that kind of violent way. We're back.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Sorry, we get distracted sometimes.
We were talking about crazy people on YouTube.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, I was talking about the Game Theorists.
Yes.
And they did a response to people criticising their content. But I don't think it was a very strong response.
No. I don't know, man.
That's a big question for some YouTubers. Has been, do I respond to criticism or do I
don't respond to like just hate?
Yeah.
But I think that's the problem, is people get confused between hate and actual criticism.
Yeah, hate is just when people say you suck or something like that. Criticism is when they say this bit's wrong. Yeah, exactly. And then, they give you a reason. They tell you with the intent of helping you improve. Yeah. And sometimes, I think the problem with YouTube is that sometimes that criticism can come in a very nasty way. Poorly worded.
Yeah.
Or maybe, well, you've had criticism with your, what is it, the thing on your TF2 screen? And people would talk about it all the time. I think they still do.
Or
But
my avatar? Oh, my FOV.
yeah,
Yeah.
that people would say, well, the main reason he had one person, the reason I'm not subscribing is because of your FOV.
Yeah, I always thought that was a little bit much, but this, I addressed it, and I'm making a change, and that's what I think. I like getting those comments because people say, I don't like this is why I'm not subscribing. I'm like, okay, I will address it then.
Yeah. I've had people.
And I try not to address it with any like negative tone or anything like that. I'm like, okay, well, this is the situation that we're in.
My most viewed video on this channel is has a lot of criticism and a lot of love at the same time. Well, not so much criticism. They kind of say they kind of come across as angry because the video's a tutorial, so I'm catching them at a bad moment, like when they're in trouble. And they're like, I can't work out how to solve this problem with my editing software. And so my tutorial's like, this is what this thing does. This is what you're probably doing. I had a comment recently when someone said, this is exactly what I've been doing, and this is great, thank you for the video. And I get that quite a bit. But sometimes you get people who have been... But I always respond to it. And either it's a dead end and they don't respond to my question of, what exactly is the problem?
Yeah.
How can I help? And but there was one who none of them have actually ended badly. They come across as being negative, but I suppose the fact that they realise they've got a problem, they're trying to work out what the problem is, means that they're not the sort of person who would just say this software sucks and just buy new software. But they would think, I just don't understand this. So it's a different sort of person that I'm engaging with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I always
so,
try
so
and...
when I usually just respond to things that seem like hate, just to see what they actually want, what their problem is.
If it's just like mindless hate, I mean, I try and respond sometimes. Like a lot of the time, I get a lot of hate comments on my character. Because they think, ugly, horrifying Sonic OC. I'm like, well, I can't blame you. That's what it looks like. I'm not denying it. But I do think a lot of those reactions are a little bit extreme. So I try and reason with them in a sort of I was to a point, and then I realized that you had this horrifying Sonic OC, and then I left. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. It's kind of cringy, isn't it? And then oh, so you're kind of self-aware. I'm like, yeah. And that endears them a bit more.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good time to... Because in the minds, I don't know, it's all things like that. They have preconceptions of what you're like.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Sorry. This is kind of a little bit bullet hellish.
Yeah.
Can I just do this, please? Still not dead. Okay, it's fine. I didn't want him to be dead anyway.
But I think there are some people who just think that mean comments.
Oh, I've done.
That comments that's come across as being overly negative or something is just they don't respond to it, and they don't think maybe they're just overreacting.
Yeah.
And they're responding, and maybe they're poorly worded, because it's easier to stuff up like that and to miscommunicate what you actually mean. So that's why I always respond. I think it is an important value when a person on YouTube is to respond to your comments.
I think so too. I think it's a really good thing because it makes your audience want to be closer and actually do it. Anyway, that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.